Initially, I was gonna make a video about Highguard. You know, the game that everybody's calling, oh, it's Concord 2 and all that stuff. It's another live service hero shooter that nobody wants. Which is sitting on, what is it, like 4 or under 4,000 plays on Steam, mind you. And, I mean, that whole thing still baffles me to this day when Jeff Keighley was like really hyping it all up. I mean, a big name in an industry trying to hype something up which nobody wants. Um, it seems it seems all too familiar, and then all suddenly there comes a game called Horizon Hunters Gathering, which is a spin-off from the two Horizon games, Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, which you play as a character named Aloy, and it's basically like a like a RPG sort of survival game where you fight a bunch of metal robots who look like dinosaurs, and all the humans are have been stripped down to the more somewhat primitive way, in a sense, that sort of thing. I did actually play the first Horizon game, Zero Dawn. I actually really enjoyed it. I only played it once, but I did complete it. And I was like, I mean, just overall, I really did enjoy it. I like the whole thing of like what happened to the world. The gameplay is pretty fun, even though it took me a while to adjust myself to playing on a PlayStation controller, because I'm always playing games on an Xbox controller. Never played Forbidden West, but I mean, I'm tempted. I'm kind of tempted to. If I ever do get a chance, I probably will do. I mean, the whole thing. I mean, despite what people say about the character Aloy and some of the things. I mean, honestly, like the character Aloy and some of the characters are not really that interesting. But the gameplay and whatever else is the more appealing part to me personally. So never say never. But this Hunters Gathering thing is something that's been around, been in talks for a number of years now, where PlayStation was in this weird ass phase where they were trying to put every single studio that they have under their radar to make these live service games, which makes no sense to me. Which PlayStation, objectively, they have been on a roll with all the single player games, but for some odd reason, Jim Ryan, Herman Holtz, and all those guys had this sudden itch to let's do a Fortnite, let's do a Overwatch, let's do something of that matter, right? And in recent years, that really fell through with Concord. There was some other projects that got cancelled, and now we've got Hunters Gathering, which it's the same fucking thing. It's basically another hero hack and slash. I mean, I did see the gameplay a little bit, but I don't care to exactly know what this game is. All I know from what I've seen, it looks like you out of a couple of characters which you play as, you get into a location, you fight a big bad monster, collect loot, I'm assuming, and then just opt out or something like that. I might be entirely wrong, but I don't really fucking care. But I did see the trailer at first, the whole announcement trailer and all that stuff. And here's the thing, right? I'm not one for all those rage bait YouTubers, those YouTubers that always have a woke DEI SJW gay, this and that, blah, all that stuff, right? In the titles and thumbnails and all that stuff, right? But I do understand it to a certain level degree, where some industry people out there are pushing a certain narrative forward, right? And around the 124 mark, this character came up, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing my fucking head off, because it's so obvious of what they're trying to do, right? Here's the thing with hero shooters. or hero hack and slashes, or whatever you want to call it, right? You want to play as characters that look cool, right? It doesn't matter, you know, what game it is and this and that, right? People are drawn to characters that look cool or sexy or whatever. That's just the way things are. People who see this are not drawn to these characters. I mean, actually, I will admit this, like with the High Guard characters, I mean, they're not really all that bad looking, to be honest, right? Unlike Concord, which, like, honestly, like, initially, my first reaction with those Concord characters were like, whatever, it's, you know, it's, they look average. Then, like, I saw that big massive Space Marine Michelin Man looking character, and I'm just like, no fucking way, no thank you. This is the exact same thing here. Like, who the fuck wants to play as these characters? I know I'm going on about the big fat lady with the stump as a leg, which, if you're going to do the whole disabled route, you know, do something that, you know, looks cool. You know, like people, you know, you have like characters that have metal, like bionic arms, so whatever. You know, they could have just did something cool, like, for example, maybe like her leg could transform into like some sort of claw, or maybe like a fucking gun or something like that. I know I'm probably going out the realm of possibilities here of trying to make this character look cool, but here's the thing: nobody wants to play as a big fat character with a stump for a leg. I don't care if people get offended and all that stuff, but I don't. Who the fuck wants to play as these characters, right? And these other ones would just look kind of go by the numbers of like the typical trope, this and that. They have a character like this is the Tarzan, this is the I don't know, like ninja lady, this and that. For some odd reason, this character right here, which I recently saw a video of, kind of pointing out, but like, why is this character's hair like all, you know, colored up, like, you know, like hair dye, that sort of thing, where like the whole thing with Horizon, it's like, you know, with characters that have been dropped down to their primitive way, that sort of thing, so they're not having access to care products and all that stuff, right? And yeah, I just don't get it. Like, I know that, like, if you've seen right here, like, the visual style is completely different, but then again, this is not what people want. It's shown time and time again. People are calling this Concord 4, which has kind of become a slur at this point. Like, literally, Concord, the original, Concord 2, High Guard, Concord 3, Marathon, that's supposed to be coming out in like the next month or something like that, and now we have Concord 4, Horizon Hunters Cavalry. You can't make this shit up. They never, all these fucking companies, they never fucking learn, like, at all. We don't want this type of stuff, and it'll be absolutely fucking crazy if they put a price tag on this game, right? Like, could you imagine? Like, literally, they'll have another fucking Concord in their hands. It's so unreal, and that's kind of like goes to show like how much these industry people are so out of touch, right? Like, they're trying to push some sort of narrative, which has been said and shown time and time again, that they want to force players or whatever to play their game, you know, what they think is a good game, where in hindsight, most of the people, the general ones, say, no, we're not interested in this sort of game. I mean, like, I play Space Marine 2 like almost on a daily basis, and that game is just fucking awesome to just to hack and slash, shoot up a bunch of Tyranids and all that shit. It's the most satisfying game ever, and that kind of goes on a more, you know, class base, you know, and that sort of thing. You got your assault, you got your medic, you know, all that type of shit, right? Nobody wants to play this game, and like, how many times will it take to get it through the thick fucking skulls where we don't want this? But that's really about it. I never really expected this game to be announced. I honestly thought it would have been cancelled like the Last of Us online game. I would prefer to play high. Well, no, actually no. I did at one point install High Guard just to see where all the fuss about it is, because it is free to play. But I didn't play it. I uninstalled it instantly because I saw all the videos and like how the game honestly looked boring to me. But here, let's say like another example. I would rather play Horizon Forbidden West than this game. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what fans of the Horizon wants, like another third entry in like the actual world of Horizon, not just like this kid style Fortnite ripoff, that sort of thing. But anyway, I rambled on a bit too much. Anyway, if you have any thoughts and also feel free to comment down below. If you agree with me, don't agree with me, whatever. It's just such a funny situation like every single time when I see these types of games pop up and everybody's like going fucking wild on YouTube and this and that. But anyway, that's really about it.